All right, let's dive into a leadership idea that kind of flips the script on how most places are run. We're talking about a model that stops creating followers and starts building leaders. So let me just start by asking you a really important question. Take a look at your team, your company. Is your whole style built around getting people to do what they're told, or is it about unlocking what they're truly capable of? Because honestly, the answer to that changes, well, everything. For ages, we've been stuck in what you could call the leader-follower trap. It's this model that feels comfortable, it seems efficient on the surface, but way too often it leads to work that's, well, perfectly executed but totally irrelevant. This quote right here, it's from a U.S. Naval Academy textbook. And wow, it just perfectly sums up that old school way of thinking. Leadership is about directing and controlling other people. It's all top-down, and for most of us, this is the default setting we were taught. In this structure, it's literally everywhere. You've got the leaders who do the thinking, and then you have the followers who do the doing. It seems logical, right? But what it really does is put a hard cap on what's possible, because all the brain power is stuck at the very top. Okay, this is where you can really see the difference. On one side, you have that classic model. It's all about obedience, control from the top, hoarding information, and just trying not to make mistakes. But then you have the leader-leader model. It's about engagement, sharing info, letting go of control, and aiming for excellence. Totally different game. So, enough about the problem, let's get into the solution, because this is how you build a smarter, tougher organization. And I'm not just talking about a small change. This is a whole new way of looking at leadership. So here's the absolute core of it. The goal isn't just to empower people. It's to actually create new leaders. You give control away. You push that authority down to the people who actually have the information. And when you do that, you unlock the full brain power of every single person on your team. And the end result? It's not just about hitting this quarter's numbers. It's about building a team of people who are so engaged, so empowered, that they become these incredible high performers for the long haul. They're the ones who will be developing the next generation of leaders long after you're gone. But how do you actually do this, right? You can't just walk in one day and say, okay, everyone's a leader now, good luck. It doesn't work that way. It's built on a solid foundation of 3 key pillars. Here it is, the formula. Real, lasting empowerment comes from this magic combination: control plus competence plus clarity. You gotta have all 3. If you're missing even one of them, the whole thing just falls apart. Let's start with control, because it's the big one. It's about letting go. It means you push the authority to make decisions down to the people who are closest to the action. But, and this is so important, you never give up responsibility for the outcome. It's not about passing the buck. Okay, next up is confidence. Look, giving control to someone who isn't ready to handle it isn't empowerment, it's just setting them up to fail. You have to actively build up their skills and their knowledge so they can make great decisions with that new authority. And finally, we have clarity. This is the why. If people are going to make decisions on their own, they have to know what the goal is. What does good look like? What are our guiding principles? Clarity is what lines up all those individual decisions and points them in the same direction. All right, so theory is great, but let's get our hands dirty. Let's talk about some real practical tools you can start using right away to get this going. Here is a game changer for building competence. Stop doing briefings. Where everyone just sits there passively and kind of tunes out. Instead, you certify. This is an active process where your team has to prove they're ready. It forces them to engage, and it ends with a real decision. Are we a go or a no-go? I absolutely love this motto. It's an entire philosophy packed into one sentence. Instead of waiting for a project to be a total train wreck before you do something, you have small, quick conversations early on. You make tiny little course corrections when it's easy, not huge, panicked ones when you're about to crash. Here's a super practical exercise for you. Just ask your team, what decisions could you be making that would make us more effective? Get them to write it down. Then ask them, okay, what do you need to know to make those decisions well? Bam! Their answers become your exact training plan for building real competence. All right, let's wrap this up with the final and maybe the most important shift of all. It's a fundamental change in mindset, in the whole purpose of your work. Think about it. So many organizations are just trapped. They're obsessed with avoiding mistakes. And when your whole goal is don't mess up, people get scared. They stop taking risks. They stop making decisions. Success isn't about doing something great. It's just about not getting in trouble. And that is a recipe for going nowhere. So you have to flip the script. You have to change the entire goal. Instead of playing not to lose, you start playing to win. You shift everyone's focus from a negative, avoiding errors, to a powerful positive, achieving excellence. That simple change can transform the entire energy of a team. So that brings us to the end, but really, this is your starting point. This isn't just some abstract idea. I want you to think about it right now. What is one small, real decision that you can give to your team tomorrow? That's it. That's how you start. That's how you turn followers into leaders.